And very hard-hitting questions always from us. You know that, JD. So I'll go first. Cheez-Its, Chips Ahoy, or Trail Mix? What do you choose when you come to Viejas Arena?
That would be Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy.
Okay.
Well, as it turns out, that is the correct
sugar.
answer.
Well,
that is the correct answer.
Says the guy with an empty bag of Cheez-Its next to him.
I'm on a diet. I think we all realize that my form-fitting clothing are fitting a little tighter lately, so it's time to dial it back.
Well, it's one snack per hour, right? I mean, y'all are on for 3 hours.
So we got 2 more snacks coming.
Yeah, that's absolutely
By the way,
true.
the fact that you did not pick the Cheez-Its, does that mean, were you giving me a clue there that the Aztecs are not going to the Cheez-It Bowl?
Kevin,
is that what just happened?
Run it as a promo. Run it as a promo. That's a guarantee.
Thank you. You can't slip stuff like that by me, JD.
That's impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
It is truly impressive. You know, bowl game-wise, we're excited to see what happens on Sunday. There's obviously a few things that still need to play out. I believe Cheez-It falls into the camp of we need Washington State to end up in the Fiesta Bowl to have the 7th slot in the Pac-12 open up, which would be Cheez-It.
There it is.
Or 3 Big Ten teams to play up. And then we're going to go to the local supermarket and go to the Red Box and get a movie out.
Okay, got it.
Because Red Box opens up as well. So, you know, there's plenty of options still available. We've had good conversations with the conference office, and, you know, we're excited to figure out what Sunday is.
Is there any possibility that there's no bowl?
I really think there is not. No, obviously nothing is guaranteed in life except death and taxes.
Well, and Steve Hartman will always be alive, as it turns out. Especially keep him away from the blood. We have concerns. Thank you.
But, you know, my conversations are that we should be in good shape come Sunday.
Okay. All right. Is there I think there's more to discuss there, but before we get too much further into it, earlier this week, we noticed a tweet from Landon Donovan, who now is dedicating his time to bringing the MLS to San Diego, which we heard for the better part of a year and a half. There was absolutely no way that would happen if Soccer City didn't win. So, one, now that they haven't won, I wonder, what's your reaction to that? And if there is any update you can give us in any conversations you may have had with the MLS, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I think we said all along our goal was to bring a soccer partner to San Diego. So does it surprise me? No. I mean, that's been our plan all along is we're going to have a soccer partner, whether it's MLS or USL, and USL can become MLS, as you've seen that happen across the country. So we've had initial outreach to the MLS about, you know, we're interested. We want to sit down with you and understand how do they want to take the next step. Because we're going to build a stadium in San Diego, and we've already intentionally designed it for soccer. But we want to sit down with them and understand what are the 5 key things that you need to see in a stadium. So those conversations will be happening hopefully soon as we're ramping everything up and looking at the Alliance of American Football. We sat down with them as well. We're hopeful that that's a good. I think they're set for 3 solid years, and then after that, we're hoping that they're going to be our partner going forward too.
As far as this process has gone since the ballot won, Measure G prevails, San Diego State's vision at Mission Valley is going to be achieved here in the near future. Has there been any hurdles unforeseen that have come up and slowed down progress, or has this been pretty smooth sailing in the short time it's been?
We had our first meeting with the mayor. Sdsu did, and so we're trying to work with them on what that negotiating team is going to look like, who our negotiating team is, and I think our goal is to have another meeting either late this week or sometime next week. I'm not sure if it got scheduled, but we're moving full speed ahead. We're going to pick a general contractor next month. We're going to pick an architect in January to design a stadium, and hopefully by midsummer we're going to have what that design is. Now it's going to look a lot like the concept that we have, but who knows if it's actually going to be exactly that. And, by June, we'll know what that's going to cost. And all that time, we will have been selling tickets and premium and philanthropically. So we're excited. We're moving forward.
All of a sudden, I'm sorry, J.D. Wicker joining us here, athletic director for San Diego State. We're here on the floor of Viejas Arena, the San Diego State Blood Drive, the biggest in the state of California. It's going to be open all the way up until 8 p.m. tonight. So if you have some time, get down here. Make time, actually, because it's important. We're all privileged to have blood to give. because there's so many people in circumstances where they need our help. But, you know, I'm thinking about this new stadium, and I look at renderings in other stadiums, and I see all these different designs. There's actually one new stadium design. I can't remember which team it is, but they're putting in a lazy river around the stadium. Like, are we going to have water slides potentially? It's San Diego. I mean, look, before the game, if you put a water slide in, your color commentator's going down it a couple times. I'm just letting you know that.
I think it was Central Florida that just announced they're going to install a lazy river, and I'm sure they'll have national championship rings painted throughout it as well. You know, we're concentrating on building a stadium that's going to benefit the community of San Diego, and if a water slide works for that, then maybe we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Or, you know,
maybe from the broadcast booth right down to the parking lot. I'm fine. Wherever you want to put it, just a suggestion box. If there is one, I'll put my request in.
There we go. But, you know, that's one of the things we've done. We've sat out there and we've looked at who are the different users of the stadium and what's going to be the most successful and, you know, benefit San Diego State, the San Diego community, and it's going to pay for itself. So, again, we'll jump into this next phase of it and be sitting down, hopefully, with partners who want to come into San Diego and be part of this and understand what that is. And if it's a lazy river for Rich, then
this is fantastic.
Ornberger Stadium right now.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah,
the lazy,
at very
the lazy
least Ornberger Field. I'm humble.
Yeah,
I'm very humble.
That fits. Lazy Field, and there's a big picture of Rich. JD, the way the season ended was not, I know, what you guys were hoping for. I think Rocky Long has been very honest in his assessment, as he always is, and stated that, you know, he wants to evaluate a lot of different things. He put the light on himself and his own coaching staff. What was your reaction? What do you want to evaluate?
You know, what Rocky said is exactly what I would expect Rocky to say. I mean, Rocky is our football coach, and we sat down on Monday, and, you know, I told him as much. You are our football coach. What you've accomplished at San Diego State has been tremendous. The way you've built it is tremendous, and I respect the fact of what you've done, and I trust that you're going to figure out how to get us back to 3 straight 10-win seasons again, multiple conference championships. It's not like Rocky Long forgot how to coach overnight. It's not like Jeff Horton or anybody else forgot how to coach overnight. Lots of injuries, lots of youth on that football team. So I'm looking forward to Rocky, you know, doing that assessment of his coaches and himself and his team, and then coming back, and spring ball is going to happen, and we're going to be great again next year.
You know, the vehement support here, getting to know Rocky a lot better than we did prior to the relationship our station has with the Aztecs. It blows my mind that there was ever even a second's questioning of Rocky's tenure as head coach at San Diego State, but there was at one point later in the season certain people talking about him being relieved of that role. When something like that comes out, I mean, just knowing what he's meant to the program, how does that land with you?
I just don't even pay attention. I mean, honestly, if, you know, somebody came on Twitter and said you should fire Jeff Horton for throwing the fade at the end of the game. Did you not see 6 plays earlier when he ran the naked boot with Agnew that got 25 yards? That's a beautiful play call.
Sure.
Obviously, Hawaii had no idea it was coming.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, in hindsight being 20/20, are coaches going to want to go back and make decisions? The three of us sitting here have hindsight in 2020. We're going to, you know, we would want to go back and make changes in things that we've done. So, no, overall, our program's in a great place. Obviously, we want to win more than 7 games. We want to be playing for the conference championship this weekend, and I trust that Rocky, our coaches, and our players are going to work hard to get back to that point next year.
JD, it is always wonderful to see you and catch up a little bit. Unfortunately,
you,
it's in our contracts that we have to let Hartman have a certain number of words every day.
Right.
He's standing by anxiously, looking at his notes that he's taken, as you can see right now. So we've got to move forward toward that. But thanks so much for jumping over here. I know this was a rush to get here, so thank you.
Guys, I appreciate y'all supporting the blood drive. It's been great that we've been able to take this over. And, again, coming into the holiday season, there's such a need. So definitely encourage people to get down here and get your blood drawn, and there's lots of snacks as long as you beat Ornberger to it.
Well, listen, I'm no promises on the snacks. That's the only thing.
Yeah, once an hour. So come down here, hang out for a little bit. Blood drawn will open till 8 o'clock.